Hey everyone, it's Emgotv1, and we're talking 1960s action movies. Car chases, shootouts, explosions, but with a twist. Not your typical heroes and villains. These movies showed the grittier side of life, reflecting a world moving away from black and white morality, a messier, more complex world. So buckle up as we dive into iconic 1960s action films. Let's get into it. First up, we have to talk about Bullitt. This 1968 classic stars Steve McQueen as the titular San Francisco detective, and let me tell you, this movie is dripping with cool. But it's the car chase scene that truly elevates Bullitt to legendary status. It's the way it's filmed, the raw, visceral feel of every turn, every gear shift. Bullitt showed that action didn't have to be glamorous. It could be raw, intense, and utterly captivating. Next, we're heading into the trenches of World War II with The Dirty Dozen. This 1967 film throws us into the heart of the conflict with flawed, rough-around-the-edges characters. Led by Lee Marvin's Major Reisman, they must pull off a suicide mission, showing the brutality of war. The Dirty Dozen wasn't afraid to show the ugliness of war, and it has aged remarkably well. Now let's talk about a different kind of anti-hero with 1967's Point Blank. This neo-noir thriller stars Lee Marvin as Walker, a man betrayed and left for dead. He embarks on a relentless quest for revenge, taking on the criminal underworld. Point Blank is a stylish film with stark visuals and a haunting score. It's Marvin's performance that truly sells the film's gritty atmosphere. Bonnie and Clyde from 1967 is a landmark film. It tells the story of the notorious outlaw couple, Bonnie Parker and Clyde Barrow, with rawness and emotional depth. This wasn't just a romanticized portrayal. It was a gritty look at two desperate individuals. And that final shootout? It's a masterclass in slow-motion violence, both beautiful and horrifying. You can't talk about 1960s action movies without mentioning westerns. The 1960s saw a resurgence of the western, but with a grittier, more cynical edge. Few films embody this shift better than 1960's The Magnificent Seven. A remake of Akira Kurosawa's Seven Samurai, the film is set in a Mexican village terrorized by bandits. The Magnificent Seven is a classic western with sweeping landscapes and epic gunfights. Now let's talk about a different kind of action hero, James Bond. Specifically, Sean Connery's James Bond. While the Bond franchise is known for its gadgets, glamour, and over-the-top action, Connery's portrayal of the character brought a certain rawness to the role. And no film better exemplifies this than 1964's Goldfinger. Goldfinger is a stylish and thrilling entry in the Bond franchise, but it's Connery's performance that gives it its edge. The Professionals, released in 1966, takes us on a thrilling ride through the Mexican Revolution. This isn't your typical Hollywood Western. It's a gritty film exploring loyalty, betrayal, and war. Mercenaries, led by Burt Lancaster and Lee Marvin, are hired to rescue a kidnapped woman. The film is visually stunning, with sweeping desert landscapes and expertly staged action sequences. Let's talk about a different kind of action hero trapped within a prison. 1967's Cool Hand. Luke stars Paul Newman as Luke Jackson, a man who refuses to conform even in the face of brutal oppression. This film is about rebellion, the indomitable spirit against the system. Newman's performance is iconic, all charisma and quiet defiance. Cool Hand Luke is powerful, both physically and emotionally. The Battle of Algiers from 1966 is a powerful look at the Algerian War of Independence. This Italian-Algerian film is a masterclass in neo-realism using non-professional actors. It immerses you in urban warfare and the struggle for freedom against colonial oppression. Shot in a stark, newsreel-like style, it adds immediacy and realism. The Battle of Algiers transcends its historical context, offering a timeless commentary on conflict. Let's talk about a film that might not be considered an action movie in the traditional sense, but its influence on the genre is undeniable. 1969's Midnight Cowboy is a gritty look at life on the margins of society following two hustlers trying to survive in New York City. Starring Dustin Hoffman and Jon Voight, Midnight Cowboy is raw, honest, and deeply affecting. While it lacks car chases and shootouts, Midnight Cowboy is no less intense. It's a film that stays with you long after the credits roll, a testament to the power of human connection. So, there you have it, 10 films that define the gritty realism of 1960s action cinema. These films tackled complex themes, showing the darker side of humanity and challenging genre conventions. They gave us flawed heroes, morally ambiguous situations, and a rare level of realism. These films paved the way for today's action movies, proving action and substance can coexist. Don't forget to subscribe to Emgotv1 for more cinematic history and analysis. See you next time.